Hello everyone, I'm Aishwarya and I am the growth enabler at HumanAlpha. So, HumanAlpha proudly presents the Alpha Entrepreneur Series. In this series, we will be talking to young entrepreneurs who will be sharing their journey, their ideas, and who will make a difference in the coming years.
And today we are having a very special guest with us. We are in conversation with Miss Geena Sharma. Geena is an entrepreneur from UK and today she will be sharing with us some details about her dream and passion project and action. So let's get started. Hi Geena, how are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm fine. So Geena, my first question to you is, how did it all begin? Tell us your story. How did it all begin? What brought you here today?
I watched a film when I was 10, and in that film, I saw a dream house, and it was about this guy trying to build his own dream house. And from there on, I became obsessed with building my own house. Now, through the course of time, I was studying and then I started working, and I was like, hey, this isn't working. Like, I need to build my dream house. So how am I going to do it? And I started going crazy for an idea and trying to, build my own business. Luck has it, I found my idea, I found my passion, and I was just like, oh, this hasn't been done. This is what I like. So I ended up diving into this area of social media and wanted to go into that. So it was driven and it was started by my dream house dream or goal, ambition, whatever you can call it. And then it's kind of gone along the way, and I picked up my passion as a passenger, and I've picked up my drive, my enthusiasm. So they're all passengers in my little car. So I'm driving along with that. So that's where I'm kind of got to.
Great. That's a lovely story and that's beautiful, Geena. So, Geena, what is your passion? Like, what is your vision towards it? And how do you picture the world with and action? Give us a little insight on this.
So my vision is more got to do with it's kind of split into sections. So one, I would like to help people get connected, try to find each other. Two, I would like the idea of a person's world become a reality. I think I've gone through it myself, so I know where, you do have your friends, you do have other people you want to talk to, but there's still a part of you that, you haven't exposed to anyone because you're still very like, oh, will I get judged? Will I get liked? I want an action to help people go past this whole, oh, I want to be liked. I want them just to show who they are, to bear their souls out, and let's see what happens. I want that to be accepted. So that's what kind of the vision and the mission that I have is. And then with and action, I honestly feel that I want to create a platform that is one, safe, one that is not created and driven by people. I want the an action platform to help I would say connect by themselves through interest, and then that's when you can take forward your interests. So for example, there's loads of social media that's out there right now, and what they're doing is that they're giving the power to the people, and they're saying, okay, now you go out and look. Now, there are times where you meet people and you're just like, oh my God, I cannot deal with you. Or, oh my God, like, I'm sorry, I just don't like the same things that you like. I want an action to be a talking point. I want to get people onto the platform. The interest matching up will be a talking point. That will be like, oh, you enjoyed this. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. After that, it's going to be their choice. After that, it's still going to be their choice, but at least you have a talking point. At least you have a point of where you can like kind of go with. So yeah, that's the idea so far.
That sounds interesting. Looking forward to it. And Geena, what are the problems and the opportunities that you see here? So, and why does this matter so much to you?
security, I think it's honestly the security angle of it. You know, we've always heard Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg being called into Congress because of the fact that his, you know, social media isn't safe enough and data's being bought and whatever it's been doing. So, I mean, the looming threat is always going to be cybersecurity. But I don't want, I think it definitely hasn't kind of put people off using social media, which is a pretty good thing. It's just that I think with security, we just need to put our resources and our kind of outlook on something else, because with security comes cyberbullying, it comes, you know, trolling and all the words haters and all of that stuff. I just think we need to put our resources and our kind of aim somewhere else, rather than giving each other opinions and something that really no one wants. You know, you put your picture on fake, like let's say Instagram, you put your picture on Instagram and you say to like everyone that here are the comment section, you're going to have people who are going to criticize you. If you have more followers that you're going to have, the more risk of criticism. I want to avoid that altogether. Right. I mean, where are we getting with all this opinions? I mean, Twitter, you've got a platform to do that in. Instagram, you've got a platform to do in. Facebook, you have a platform to do in. I want my action to be quite pure in that sense.
That sounds really nice, because these days social media is more of bashing and less of, you know, likes and comments, more of that. So I think your brand action can help get away from that platform a little bit.
I really hope. I mean, I do feel that with all these other platforms, it's not that they're, you know, they've wanted this to happen, but it's just happened by default. Yeah. And I honestly believe that with Instagram, with Twitter, with Facebook, yeah, it allows you to talk your heart out, freedom of speech, you know, freedom of press and all of that, which is great. That's awesome. And it also gives you the opportunity to, you know, block content and all of that. So they put measures in place. But I just think that if you give another kind of tool or another resource to a person, that could actually, like, you know, take away from all this negativity, why not?
Of course. Beautiful. So every great creation is a manifestation of a passionate visionary and people who believe in that vision. So Geena, what is the kind of team that you wish to build, and who would be your ideal investors?
Wow. I would say my ideal team would be people who believe in doing the right thing and who has open communication. I'm not saying that it always has to be like they have to agree with me. I don't want them to always agree with me. That's the beauty of everything. I think what's right to me may be wrong to you. But I think that's the type of team that I would want, that, you know, even an IT person or an operations person or someone who thinks that, you know, I'm the boss's boss, whatever, can come up to me and say, you know what, this isn't right what you're doing. You know what, you need to change this. And I think what it is that once you break these barriers, because I've been told in my working career, I've been working for 4 years now. I know that's not a long time, but in these 4 years, I've worked with a load of different people. And, you know, the one thing that I've noticed is there's a superiority complex whereby, you know, don't tell me what to do, you're under me, or you're, you know, in a less position than me or whatnot. Now, I don't want that in my team, in my actual and action platform team. I want people to just come up and have the freedom to, you know, criticize if anything goes wrong, give me improvements if anything goes wrong. And also I want them to understand that if there is something that you think someone else has done that you don't feel is right, you have the opportunity to come to me and say, this isn't right. You know, I think that open communication is very, very important in anything. And I don't want anyone to be afraid when they come and work for me. I want them to be creatively, you know, free. I want them to be independent. and I want them to be able to, kind of take their own initiative and say, oh, well, look, we want to do this. This is our idea, X, Y, and Z. We want to roll with this. We want your faith. Let's go with it. I want them to kind of build their own, rather than kind of saying, oh, well, let's do this and let's do that. That's not what I'm here for. I'm going to make a platform. I'm going to put my heart and soul into it. But I want the person to then go off and do their own thing. So that's the idea right now. And then investors. I want investors who believe that, they can help. If they give me their experience and, investment, that would be great. If they do not want to, I want them to be free and just say, okay, well, you know what, we just want to give you our investment and kind of like let you be. That's fine as well. But I do feel that I need the investor to have faith in the idea. If they just think of this as a business opportunity and say, oh, well, we want our return, that's not going to work with me. Not in a way where I'm being quite, rigid about it. I'm just trying to put it forward that I want someone who believes that this can make a difference.
Definitely. Geena, I hope that you get all what you deserve and all what you wish for, because it sounds so promising, it sounds so nice.
Thank you.
So, before I dive into my next question, I'd like to give a little brief introduction to Maarga by HumanAlpha. So, Maarga by HumanAlpha is a flagship product of HumanAlpha, where HumanAlpha helps young startups in designing and forming their business HR strategies, building their teams, and also hand-holding them. So, Geena, tell me, with Maarga, how do you see HumanAlpha being a part of your beautiful journey?
They've been part of it since day one. Any question, any query, any confusion, any tantrum that I've had, I've kind of gone and like put it all in front of them and just been like, okay, what do I do? How do I do this? And what I enjoy about their kind of strategy and the way they work is that nothing that I put out there in terms of my vision or any of my resources, nothing has been shot down. Everything has always been uplifted, and it's always wanted to make me do better. There has been opportunities where I've given them a presentation or I've given them a idea, and I'm just like, okay, what do you think? And they're like, it looks great. And then they've given me their improvements, they've given me their own suggestions, but they've let me come to my own kind of point myself. So they haven't actually like forced me, or they've not actually like held my hand and say, okay, well, this is your vision. They've always let me kind of be like a butterfly, like, okay, do whatever you want, and we're here. We'll like we'll guide you in the way, and we'll like do all of that. But they've allowed me to make my goal, set my goal, and also reach to my goal by myself, which I think is pretty cool.
Wow, Geena, that was so nice, and we are very happy to be part of your journey. More than happy.
Thank
So,
you.
as an entrepreneur, what are the things that you love most about HumanAlpha? Like, could you point out some things you love the most?
Yeah, I would say the freedom, the flexibility, because I'm working on top of this, I'm studying on top of this, so it's not like I have the time to kind of stretch out. And the fact that they've been so understanding about my restrictions and my limitations is in itself a big kind of talking point. So I think the freedom, I would say, in allowing me to do whatever I want, whatever time I want, because the time frame that we set out, we've not actually stuck to it, because there's things been coming up, and I'm working and I'm studying and I'm doing all of that stuff. So I think what happens is that a lot of people don't understand this, and rightly so, that an entrepreneur or a person that wants to build their own idea, it doesn't actually start with diving all in. You have your restrictions, you have your limitations, you have your fears and worries and stuff. So I think when a team that you work with, such as HumanAlpha, they understand that, there are these limitations and these, because if they say that, okay, we want to speak to you now, and I'm at work, but that won't work. So it's always my decision, and I think that's the beauty of the whole situation. So
thank you, Geena. Thank you for all these words of appreciation. Thank you so much. And my last question to you will be, influencers always say that greatest entrepreneurs are always making a difference. You being an entrepreneur, how are you wishing and planning to make a difference?
my difference is going to come from creating a area in the world where safety for all users, is going to be the center point. I think what it is that there's loads of platforms out there that, either focus on a woman's safety or a man's safety or a child safety, and I think that's great. I honestly do, but I want to bring that all together. Every single user on my platform, I would want to do everything in my power, to make sure that they're safe. I think I want to be able to connect people together and to be able to, build a kind of community whereby not everyone, not just one person, everyone has the freedom, flexibility, and interest, where they could just go in and not worry about anything. I think we live in a world right now, the pandemic is everything, we're worried, we're stressed, there's loads of anxiousness everywhere. This is going to be an area where you can come and just let loose in whatever capacity that we can do. I have been a very, very, very big advocate on women rights and harassment and getting rid of all of this the idea of rape culture. I think is disgusting that harassment, sexual harassment, cyber harassment, all of this is still present in our society. I think rape culture needs to be looked at even more with severity, because it kind of gets the whole idea of rape out there. So I honestly feel that this platform will do everything in its power to send out that message that we do not stand for any sort of harassment. So that's the make difference idea that I'm trying to look at.
Beautiful. And I think that connecting people would also help them, overcome loneliness and mental pressure that we're all going through because of this pandemic. So I think this is one very good idea and very good projects. And I'm wishing you all the best for it, Geena. So
yeah, I mean, I just wanted to add on the loneliness thing. What it is, it's even when the pandemic wasn't here, you can be surrounded with people. You can be, with your bestest friends. You can have the time of your life. But there'll be a point where a lot of people, I'm not saying that, everyone goes through this, but there'll be a lot of people who say that, what, something's missing, something's not right. And that's what I want to fill, that gap I want to fill. I don't want to, go off and say, look, like I'm, eradicating loneliness and all of that stuff, because I wouldn't be able to do that. It's very subjective, very relative. But I want to kind of I want to start filling that gap in where even if you are with your friends and, you come back home and, you just want that extra, experience with another person, this is the platform to do it on. So.
Sounds fantastic. So, Geena, thank you so much for your time. It was really amazing having this conversation with you. And I wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors. I wish you all the success. And I hope that I can connect with you soon on And Action.
Oh, so, absolutely.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you so much, Geena. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you.